So, good morning, good afternoon. It's already 7 o'clock in New York. It's 2 o'clock here. Nice and warm and toasty in Beit Shemesh. We're all going to be complaining about a week from now. I'll be sitting in the sukkah about 90, 100 degrees. And we're all going to get a little bit thinner. We're going to be losing a lot of fat. Parzinu, or more famously, it's Shabbos Shuvah. This is the Shabbos before, really the first Shabbos of the year. We want to set the tone, really, of how Shabbos we're going to go for the year. But also importantly is to kind of prepare for Yom Kippur. Every day of the week, we're supposed to think about fixing all our Sundays, especially Tshuva. There's at least 7 days, weekdays, always. Monday is my Mondays, Tuesday my Tuesdays. It's hard to really think back of what my Tuesdays look like the past year. Did I have good Tuesdays? I learned Torah on Tuesdays. Was I on Netflix a lot on Tuesdays this past year? Wednesday? I don't know. But for Friday, a little bit. Shabbos, you kind of have a good idea as far as what your game plan is Shabbos. Are we people that have to maybe sleep less, maybe learn more? We have to maybe not talk about work so much. We have to maybe learn with our kids more, grandkids. That's something that we kind of really have a saga. We can kind of have an idea as far as how we improve. It's hard to think about our Tuesdays and Wednesdays or Thursdays, but Shabbos we all have an idea as far as what we did this past year on Shabbos. Did we have chavrusa? Did we go to a shir? We sleep a lot. Do we drink a lot? I used to learn with my chavrusa, and we used to have a drink over it. Now he stopped drinking, so now I don't drink anymore, for better or for worse. So we just learn pachitzot without sober, which is more difficult, I think. But that's kind of where we are this time of year, is to kind of really think about how we improve our Shabbos and how we go from there. One of the lessons that I think that we can kind of look towards improving, at least for myself, is the way we kind of view ourselves with the klal. A lot of times we're very we're selfish or standoffish. That's the word, standoffish. We don't go to shiurim sometimes. We don't want to kind of participate in some things. And Ali Shur talks about one way to kind of guarantee that the brachos and the things that we ask for will take place is if we're doing things for the klal. If we're doing things for the klal and the klal needs us for something, that's a good way that we can really ask for things and say, L'man chalkim chayim. We need a good parnasa because we're going to do things with it. We need jobs that we have some free time, because our free time we're going to do things helping the klal. Some people help, there's different shul committees. Some people help bigger cholim things. Some people collect money in our community. We have L'man Achai, collecting, helping people. We have a Chazdei Shiloh operation. We have a lot of different things that are going on. And people are really part of the klal. And it's people that really have time. And perhaps they have time. Hashem gave them work that they could have free time, so they could free themselves up to do things, as opposed to running into shul late, running out early, running for trains, running for work, not having time, not having a lot of menuchas nefesh. If we kind of ask for time and ask for parnasa, it should be because we're really trying to do good things with our time, good things with our money. It's not just to buy, fix up our house and things like that. Can we support people? Can we contribute? Do we help organizations, and maybe we can get others to support people, opening up parlor meetings, things like that? And we kind of take away the ego of this, as Rabbi Bobby say, egoism, not egos, I thought it was a walnut, but no, egoism. And we kind of think of the klal. And if you notice davening, everything's about Baruch Aleinu. We're asking for ourselves. Rufa'enu. It's all plural. Everything in davening is plural. Just about everything. And it's not just us. And if we kind of think about this as we're going through Shabbos, and we're going through how we can kind of look at the shul, look at our friends, look at our neighbors, and how to really be involved, to be people that they can depend on us and people need us. That's kind of really what we're trying to accomplish here. The other point is to look at really the guys in what we're doing, maybe with with ourselves, with our money, with our things. The Pri Tzaddik talks about the importance of the ninth day. The ninth day, it's like fasting on the ninth and 10th day. So the importance really of eating on the ninth day is as important as fasting 2 days. And the question is, why is that? Okay, you want to say, well, you want to eat on the ninth day because Yom Kippur are going to be starving. That's not really, doesn't get it, because then that's just eating. It's nothing really to it. So the Brit Tzadok has an interesting thought of the importance really of the 10th day, of us not eating, and then also the ninth day of eating. And I think the lesson kind of also plays what we said with the Ali Shore. The 10th day, we're trying to be metaken a little bit of Adam Rishon. Adam Rishon, the Medrash says, he ate the tree within an hour or so. And what we're trying to do is say, we were metaken, that we didn't do what Hashem wanted him not to eat from the tree, and he didn't do it. We're going to have a whole Yom Kippur and not eat it at all. So that's metaken that side of the world. The other side of eating on the ninth is saying, not just that I won't be hungry for the 10th, but it's mostly putting the eating part as I am being makadosh the food. I'm not just eating food or spending things on food just because I'm hungry, but for a greater purpose. What am I doing with my food? Do I have the food and thank Hashem for it? Do I have meals and invite people? Do I have people come to the door for tzedakah? Am I offering them anything to eat? So the ninth day is kind of the opposite. The 10th day, we're refraining from food, and the ninth day, we're saying we want to eat, but having the special guise of that we're thanking Hashem and doing the right things for it. You work the whole week, what are we doing with that money? You're spending on food. Are you doing it just to eat? Or you're trying to get strong with it, be healthy with the food, to do other mitzvahs and help other people out by giving them food and helping them with what they have to do. And that's really what Brit Tzadok says. Asking for things, because if Hashem gives it, we'll do great things with it. We want a good parnasa, not just because we want to travel to Florida a lot or travel somewhere a lot, but we want to kind of show Hashem that we want to do the right things with it. And the question then is, are we doing the right things with it? Everyone has to, ask themselves those questions. Are we giving enough tzedakah? Are we setting aside? Are we supporting the yeshivas and different tzedakahs of the community? And that's something that we have to, I think, work on. So the two things really, as far as that I, for myself personally, taking into the new year, is to be a little more involved in the community. There's a Nichma Avelim committee to help when the people have shiva houses, help with the minyanim, help make sure. They put me on that. It's not a voting thing. I'm sure no one would vote me in there. They kind of threw me on that board, which is great. This past week, unfortunately, we had someone who passed away. And I started this WhatsApp group to make sure there's a minyan. The worst thing, a bunch of years ago, a guy in my block, his father passed away in Lakewood, comes back to Israel, and just me and this dude at 8 o'clock in this guy's house. And I'm like, that's brutal. That's brutal. The guy just buries his father, comes back to Eretz Yisrael, and just two people at the minyan. There's a worse feeling. He probably feels like he was abandoned by his friends. Just a horrible feeling. And no one means to be nasty and jerky, but people have jobs, people have carpool, and people have things to do. And unless you really have someone to kind of make sure there's 10 people, you're not going to happen. Unfortunately, not going to happen. That's something that we started, even though we talked about it for years, and I kind of text people back and forth. But this week, I say, you know what? Let's do that. It's on WhatsApp. We started a WhatsApp group. I have like 30 guys on it. If you're coming, put a yes. We have a poll on WhatsApp. So again, this is something that didn't take crazy too long. Doesn't really take a lot of time. But Baruch Hashem, every minyan this week we had a minyan. We just finished a minyan at 120 Mincha Gedola. We had about 30 people, pretty big turnout. So I'm happy to say that. And hopefully this year, everyone in their own way finds a project to get involved in the shul. Think about a tree. Once a leaf is cut off from the tree, there's no nourishment. And even if you're in a community where not great people, talkers in shul, people not great, you're better off with a group of people that aren't great than by yourself. Just from a spiritual standpoint, there's some things you can't daven by yourself. You have to daven with a minyan. It's just things are qualitatively better, not just a quantitative aspect. So while these people are talkers, I'm just davening at home. It's 30 people in shul. I'll just daven in the backyard or something. You should really daven most people. There's strength in that. There's strength in this kedusha in that. And hopefully we have this lesson of an ayin tov, and we can get involved in projects, and hopefully we will have a good year. And everyone that you daven for, I'm sure there's people in your lives that need a parnasa, that need help with refuah, shidduchim, and hopefully if we daven for the community and we'll daven for each other, Hashem will listen to our tefillas. And with that, have a good bench year, and Shabbat Shalom, and Shana Tova.